We should all respect the women we have in our life. This list is going to cover some differences between men and women in Islam, particularly during Ramadan, although we will cover some general differences too. Let's start off where all top 10 lists start off at number 10. Prayer. Men are strongly encouraged to perform congregational prayers at mosques whenever possible, as praying in congregation holds higher reward in Islam. This practice allows men to build a sense of community and brotherhood. Conversely, while women are permitted to pray in mosques, they are often encouraged to pray at home due to the concept of preserving modesty and avoiding potential distractions or discomfort that may arise from praying in the presence of unrelated men. Women praying at home also allows them to attend to household duties and childcare responsibilities while fulfilling their religious obligations. Number 9. Fasting obligation. Both men and women are obligated to observe fasting during Ramadan, abstaining from food, drink, smoking, and marital relations from dawn or fajr until sunset or maghrib. However, menstruating women, pregnant or nursing mothers, and individuals who are ill or traveling are exempt from fasting. Women are required to make up missed fasts at a later time, while men are not exempted from fasting except under very specific circumstances. Number 8. Charitable giving. Both men and women are encouraged to give charity, or zakat and sadaqah, during Ramadan, especially during the last 10 days of the month. While men may actively participate in collecting and distributing charity, women often contribute through financial donations or volunteering efforts, such as preparing meals for iftar or supporting local charity initiatives. Sadaqah, often translated as voluntary charity or acts of kindness, encompasses any form of charitable giving beyond the obligatory zakat. It can include financial donations, acts of service, volunteering, and supporting charitable causes. Sadaqah is highly encouraged in Islam and is seen as a means of purifying wealth, earning reward from God, and helping those less fortunate. Providing food for those fasting and pre-dawn meals is considered a noble form of sadaqah during Ramadan. Mosques, community centers, and individuals often organize iftar meals for the less fortunate, allowing them to break their fast in a communal setting. Additionally, sponsoring or contributing to iftar meals for others is a common practice among Muslims seeking to earn reward and blessings during Ramadan. Number 7. Family dynamics. Islam emphasizes the importance of treating family members with respect, kindness, and honor. The Quran and Hadith's sayings of the Prophet Muhammad emphasize the significance of maintaining good relations with family members and treating them with compassion and dignity. Marriage is highly regarded in Islam as a sacred bond between a husband and a wife. Both spouses have rights and responsibilities towards each other, including mutual respect, support, companionship, and fidelity. The husband is responsible for providing for the financial needs of the family, while the wife is responsible for managing the household and nurturing the family. Islam places a strong emphasis on honoring and respecting parents. Children are taught to obey and care for their parents, fulfill their needs, and seek their guidance and approval. The Quran instructs believers to treat their parents with kindness and to pray for their well-being, even if they are non-Muslims or have differing beliefs. Parents are responsible for the upbringing and education of their children, both morally and spiritually. Islam emphasizes the importance of instilling Islamic values, ethics, and teachings in children from a very young age. Parents are encouraged to provide a nurturing and supportive environment for their children to grow and develop into righteous and responsible individuals. In Islam, men are generally considered the primary breadwinners and are responsible for providing for the financial needs of their families, including food, clothing, shelter, education, and healthcare. However, Islam also recognizes the contributions of women to the household and encourages mutual cooperation and support between spouses in managing financial responsibilities. Number 6. Menstruation and prayer. Menstruation is considered a state of ritual impurity in Islam, during which women are temporarily exempted from performing ritual prayers. This is based on Quranic verses and hadiths that address the topic of ritual purity and cleanliness. During menstruation, women are excused from performing the 5 daily prayers and any other obligatory prayers. This exemption is based on the principle that ritual purity is a prerequisite for performing salah, and menstruating women are temporarily unable to attain this state of purity. The exemption from prayer lasts for the duration of the menstrual period, from the onset of the menstrual bleeding until its cessation and the completion of ritual purification afterward. Once menstruation ends and ritual purity is restored, women resume their regular prayers without any delay. While women are exempted from performing formal prayers during menstruation, they are encouraged to engage in other acts of worship and remembrance of Allah. This may include reciting Quranic verses, verses, making supplications, engaging in remembrance of Allah, and seeking spiritual enrichment through reading, reflection, and contemplation. There is a difference of opinion among scholars regarding whether menstruating women are allowed to recite the Quran from memory or touch the Quran during menstruation. Some scholars permit it based on certain hadiths, while others advise against it as a precautionary measure to avoid any disrespect to the Quran. Women who miss obligatory prayers due to menstruation are not required to make up for those missed prayers. Unlike fasting, where missed days must be compensated, there is no obligation to make up missed prayers during menstruation. Once menstruation ends, women resume their regular prayer routine without needing to perform any compensatory prayers for the missed ones. Number 5. Divorce. In Islam, men possess the unilateral right to initiate divorce by uttering the divorce formula, whereas women may need to seek permission or involve a judge in the divorce process. While Islamic law provides guidelines for divorce and emphasizes fairness and consideration for both parties, the process can be more straightforward for men compared to women. Additionally, there are differences in the financial rights and responsibilities of men and women following divorce, including matters such as alimony and child custody. Number 4. Testimony in court. Islamic jurisprudence traditionally considers the testimony of male witnesses as more reliable or weightier than that of female witnesses in certain legal contexts. This principle is based on interpretations of Quranic verses and hadiths regarding witness testimony and is applied in Islamic legal systems to varying degrees. However, it's essential to note that this principle may not apply universally and is subject to interpretation and context within different legal traditions and jurisdictions. Number 3. Social interactions. Islam encourages modesty and promotes gender segregation in certain social contexts, particularly between unrelated men and women. This segregation aims to prevent potential impropriety or temptation and maintain boundaries between genders. Consequently, in many conservative Muslim communities, there are guidelines or social norms that discourage mixing between men and women in public spaces or social gatherings. However, the degree of segregation and adherence to those norms can vary significantly depending on cultural, societal, and individual factors. I personally have been to many an Egyptian wedding where the men and women were separated into 2 different celebrations before congregating into one at the very end. Number 2. Hajj. The Hajj pilgrimage, one of the 5 pillars of Islam, requires both men and women to perform specific rituals and rites in Mecca during the designated Hajj season. While men are encouraged to perform the pilgrimage without a head covering as a sign of humility and equality before God, women are required to cover their hair and dress modestly throughout the pilgrimage. This difference reflects the emphasis on modesty and gender-appropriate attire in Islamic practices, even during religious rituals. Number 1. Financial responsibilities. Islam places certain financial responsibilities on men as the primary providers for their families. While women may work and contribute to the household income, the primary responsibility for financial support often falls on men, including providing for their wives, children, and other dependents. This obligation is rooted in traditional gender roles and familial responsibilities outlined in Islamic teachings and is intended to ensure the welfare and stability of the family unit. However, Islam also emphasizes the importance of mutual cooperation and support between spouses in managing household finances and responsibilities. That's our list. I was your host Yusuf. Give us a follow if you want to keep exploring the world with us, and we hope you have a fantastic day. Peace out.